Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
The Org Boss. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, interior design, inventory staging, business processing documentation, and more. Reach the Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com.
Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hey, yo, what's up, peeps? Welcome to Startup Masters. That's right, it's your girl, KG. I missed y'all. Clea Guillory here. If you missed me last week, it's because I was out celebrating my birthday. Scorpio, turn up. No? Okay. All right. So, back at it. I'm back here in the studio at the Sphere. That's right. You came to the dopest place where you can get the freshest content. And listen, if you are thinking about starting a business or you have started a business and that business plan might be a little stale or the model isn't jiving the way you wanted to, you came to the right spot. That's right. Go up there and mash the subscribe button like right now. And come back every single week right now on this set because we are going to give you everything you need so you don't have to scrape up your knee to the white meat. Team No White Meat over here. And you can follow me at KOG Speaks, and that's on LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as Facebook. G, what's good?
What's goody? What's good, folks that are watching us right now? Welcome back to another great episode of Startup Masters. I'm your co-host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity, chatting at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z, and this is the place to be. As a business owner, you want to be right here because we're talking about everything from the conception of business to the trials and tribulations people go through, and then down to that 20-year plan, 30-year plan. And we've got some great young ladies in the building today to have this conversation. KG, you ready to rock with this?
I am so ready to rock. Let's do it, G.
Let's do this. So I met this young lady not too long ago, and I found her quite interesting, to say the least. To say the least.
It's been 10 minutes into the intro.
Interesting. Personality was on 10. And the charismatic nature of this young lady said that she must be doing something special in our community. And special it is. I'd like to formally introduce none other than Miss Yasmeen and Jackie of the Revolve Post Studio. What's up, ladies? How are you all?
Hey, thanks for having us. Yay, we're excited to be here.
Are you really?
I am
really excited.
Once I got through the traffic.
You're feeling it.
I'm excited now. You guys got me amped up.
That's what's up.
That's what we
Let's
do.
This is what we do here each and every week. Now, let me say this. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for making it through the traffic because it was hectic today. It was one of those days to make sure we get this show to our patrons and without giving too much of the sauce away in the beginning. We like to really take people through your journey. We want to talk about the ins and outs, the mechanics of the business, as well as the conception, letting us know how things first came about, then giving us where we're at today with what's going on now, what services, what people can expect from you all, and then talking about that 5, 10, 20-year plan that's coming down the road. Y'all ready to hop in this DeLorean? We doing this?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Doc.
Facebook Live, get your pens, paper ready, get the digital notepads, whatever you got, because we're about to talk about some good gems here at this table. So, ladies, take us back in the time. Take us back to Hill Valley, 1955. Hit it back. Yeah. I'm on that Back to the Future right now. That's that intermission show. They got me. They got me popping. Hill Valley. They took me back to Hill Valley. I know, right? I know, right? Michael J. Fox. Shout out to him. But take us back in time when the concept was birthed, when the conversations were had, and we said, you know what? I might want to build a pose studio. What was going on in you all's minds? What was happening?
Well, let me give you some context.
Here we go.
This was at Chewy's 5 years ago.
It wasn't, though. It was before that.
Well, that's true.
She's been through something traumatic, so she's going to have some gaps, I guess. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it actually started before. We were already pole instructors. And there was an opening, a space, and there was a void. And I don't remember. I think it was maybe it was a text message. Was there a phone? I can't remember. Maybe it was Chewy's. A lot of great conversations.
All the ideas came
this is true. A lot of our conversations happen over queso.
And that jalapeno,
yeah,
ranch jalapeno from Chewy's, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
later.
I mean, come on.
and so like we saw a void, and we thought, I mean, why not? Let's do it. And then I think she just asked me, hey, do you want to do it? And I was like, okay. And that was it literally was like, okay, over the phone. I probably should have taken a moment to think about it.
And I remember actually asking her one time, or saying, I said, in a perfect world, you and I would be running a studio together. And she had even said, your exact words were, one day the opportunity will present itself.
I was very prophetic.
And it sure did.
It sure did. Yeah.
So ladies, talk about, you could peel the onion a little bit more on that void. What was the actual void? You guys clearly were out to solve a problem in that space. What was the void that you identified?
It was a literal void. There was a pole studio, and it was actually the studio that we worked for. And that studio closed down. And and so there was this empty space that there were so many students that were tied emotionally and I want to say a little bit psychologically to this space. They loved the space. It was a nurturing space, so we kind of had to.
Went back
we had no choice.
And you know what I hear that hadn't been said? I hear the lack of fear. I hear is that I was like, okay, here's an opportunity. Let's step into this space and make something happen. This is the niche that we want to be in. But let's talk a little bit about that, because the look on your face right now when I said the word fear, like it brought back some memories.
It sure did. I will say, because the turnaround was so quick that it was just kind of like, okay, let's just jump, you know? And,
fear came later.
Yeah.
After you jump.
When the doors actually open, it's like, we're really doing this.
Yeah, there's clientele.
This is legit money right here.
Yeah.
Like it's not monopoly money anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't pass go. Don't collect it.
Actually, no. Go ahead and collect the
Run me my
200.
money.
Run me
Collect
those.
the 200.
Hotel. We already know the business model.
Right. That's been my business. 90.
Yes. Come
Baltic
on.
Avenue all the way. No,
Exactly.
I'm kidding. Yeah. No, but yeah, we kind of didn't have fear to start, but I think we have fear now. We definitely have a little fear now.
So I'm guessing the onset of fear now came because, as we refer to them here on Startup Masters, some learning opportunities, right? We don't refer to them as mistakes, no such a thing, right? But what were some of those learning opportunities that you faced that perhaps opened the door for the fear to kind of creep in a little bit?
I mean, the fear for me, and Jackie can speak on her experience, but the fear for me was dealing with real people's, like the real people's lives, not just our own, but like real paychecks and real credit cards and actual real money, real rent. That was fear for me. I don't know.
Similar. Like I remember having for the very first time, like dealing with, hey, I've got to write these paychecks. I've never written a paycheck or just a check for such a large amount. I'm like, kind of wish this was going my direction, but sadly enough, we got to pay some people. So, you know, but yeah, just to, to add on to that is, making sure that we're responsible so that everybody gets paid,
That makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
during that time, that initial phase where y'all are writing these paychecks, where y'all are thinking about this rent, making sure that maintenance and things are happening, what were some of those, as KG mentioned, those learning opportunities, what were some of those things that happened that you went back and were like, I wish I would have did that differently?
Oh God, how long is this show? We have like an hour. We have 2 hours. Nothing stands out because there are so many. I feel like in the first week, because we probably what I would recommend not to do, and it was a learning experience, is before you have the space, do not promote the space.
Yeah, that was scary.
I hope you did rewind the tape. Say it one more time.
Before you get the space, do not promote the space.
That was fear. That was true. We were passing out flyers. We hadn't even
come to our
settled
studio.
on a grand opening. We already
Grand
set the
opening.
party. We hadn't even gotten
Passing them
without
out
the
at
space.
HEB.
without the actual.
We hadn't signed the lease.
We hadn't signed the lease.
Wow.
And
So
that
maybe
was,
take it slower.
we were
Everybody gets a fly.
exactly. I'm like, we were confident though, but I remember passing it out and shaking my head like, oh my God, I really hope that this all pans out because we haven't even signed this lease yet, and they could totally decline us.
That is too. So,
And then read
did
the
it kick
lease.
in?
Yeah.
That you was like, oh, okay, now we really got to get on with this.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, we had no choice. But yeah, we really needed to get the lease, sign the lease. That was the biggest mistake of getting really excited, jumping, and then not having anything ready.
But those flowers, they were pretty.
Man, I hope people have them still. They were really gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. We passed them out at HEB.
Even at Home Depot too. Yeah.
At Home Depot.
When we were doing the renovations,
So
passed it out to the paint guy. I remember.
I'm
see
thinking
you, I see you.
marinate. I'm thinking Revolve Studio, Revolve Pole Studio, HEB,
Home Depot.
Come in. These are our clientele. But so talk about that. Like, give us an idea in that initial phase. What about thinking from a demographic perspective? The people
Give
that were
it
going
to
to come
everybody.
patron. Was it
Everybody.
everyone?
Literally
Totally,
everybody.
yeah. Because
Like,
even the
I
paint
didn't
guy,
care
we
who
were
you
just
were.
like, look, you've got a wife, a girlfriend,
a sister,
a
you got
mother.
a mom. We know you had a mom.
You
at
know
some
somebody
point.
who's female who would love.
More women
come.
than men. So.
I mean, you totally could come too.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
the female friend would enjoy this a little bit more so.
Okay.
Yeah, we like our demographic was everybody.
Okay.
It didn't matter if you had legs or not, or arms or not. You were.
That is real. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like as long as you,
That's the
It is.
if you had some cash on the credit card, we were good. We were good.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Your
we
money
weren't-
is still
we
green.
We weren't discriminating against. We weren't discriminating against
I love it.
anybody. Green was green,
Green.
and we had bills to pay.
So, and what I also picked up on earlier from some of those learning lessons is perhaps organization might have been a factor. If you could go back, perhaps.
Here's a true story. It took us 2 weeks from the time that we signed our lease to grand opening. And we were like ridiculously organized for a 2-week turnaround of painting, getting new furniture,
Renovating
turning it around,
bathrooms,
changing,
yeah.
renovating the bathroom, like creating an interface for people to register. Like it was ridiculous. I cried a couple of times just because
If
computers
aren't
are
there, it's not real.
right. Like I became
Real
really
talk.
close with the tech support at about 2 a.m. And I had a favorite tech guy that I would like to call at 2 a.m. And I didn't like the daytime tech people. They just weren't for me. That's how I knew that the struggle was
But
real.
that's the key to organization.
Yeah.
It's knowing
Yeah.
like who's your go-to person. And speaking of who's your go-to person, this portion of the show is sponsored by the Org
There it
Balls.
is.
Has the clutter in your home or office gotten out of hand? Are you sick and tired of spending way too much time trying to find the things you need on a daily basis? If so, then give the org boss a call so that she can help you create organized, functional systems that match your personal lifestyle. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, home staging, interior design, space planning, inventory staging, and business process documentation for growing businesses looking to formally document their procedures. Call the Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com. That's info@TheOrgBoss.com.
There it is, Org Boss. Shout out to V. Thank
Shout
you
out
so
to V.
Hey,
V,
thank
V
you.
killed it last
She
week.
did. She came through. She shut the show down. I was like, V, you can just run this. I don't even have to be here.
Ha.
V's got this.
Come on, V.
V's got this. So let's talk about today. We're taking this journey, right? And we understand where y'all have been in the past.
Yeah.
Today, what type of services can people expect from you all when they walk into the studio? Give us that imagination, that understanding, that idea of what we can, as a patron, what we can expect.
Well, I mean, our services are twofold.
Okay.
So we do sensual dance classes, pole dance classes, aerial dance like silks and lyra, all that kind of fun stuff. But our other service is that we really, oh, hey, look.
I know, it's us.
But our other service is that we create an experience and an environment, a body positive environment, and an empowering environment. So it doesn't matter like your age, your size, gender, what you identify as, like you really have a safe space without
Nice.
judgment. It's a judgment-free zone, not to infringe on Planet Fitness. But
She really said that.
but it's a judgment-free zone. So yeah, we do pole class and we do dance classes and twerk and all that fun stuff and stretch, and that's fine and dandy. But we also create a safe space and a positive space because the world is crazy. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it's a vital service that we're providing. And a lot of people don't see that or feel that until they've come 3-4 times. The first time you're like, oh, this is fun. I'm shaking my butt. Yay. And then 3 or 4 times, if I get my hands on you, you're going to feel pretty good about yourself.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That's really dope. And what we always hear, it always is the common denominator is it's a customer-centric focus. And that's exactly what you just described, that you are creating this sacred space, as you called it, to foster these relationships, not just with you come in and then you work out and then you go, but you're creating a pipeline of loyal customers. Can you talk a little bit about that as part of your business model?
Wow. So our customers, we discovered early on are 99% women.
Yeah, we've got like 3
you have some guys?
loyal.
You got some
yeah,
dudes?
we do.
We
We've got like
do.
about
That's
3
dope.
loyal
Gee,
dudes.
you could go to the pole class, man.
Yeah, I've
You
had
could.
these conversations. And
Gee, you could go to the class,
I will
homie.
bring snacks. That's what I will do.
We have a participation rule.
See, and here's the thing. And let me keep it a buck.
Keep
right?
it a buck.
So
Because I kind of want to see you twerk.
I'm not doing that.
Or
but
he could do a chair class.
but I like the idea from a receiving perspective. I like the idea.
We also
of-
have date night, okay?
Now we're talking.
There you
Now,
go.
that's
yeah.
cute.
November
Sell that
18th.
service.
Now, let's
See?
talk about that.
November 18th.
Okay.
You better sell that
All right.
service.
That
I'm
might
in
be a
town
good
too.
little date night
November
for
I'm in town
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
the
Okay.
19th.
$45 per couple.
How about that?
What?
Done
That'd be
deal.
a
And
good
if
date
you're a
night.
member,
It's a gift that
$20.
keeps on-
Yeah.
It's a gift that keeps
It
on.
sounds like it.
Okay.
So, and I like the idea of building core muscle. So I think that people who are on the pole, there's something about their core is monstrously strong.
It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. So that to me, I could see a man wanting to work on core, using muscles that he doesn't normally use in the gym, things like that. Are you low key laughing? Okay, are you not? I'm just asking.
I was
But
just clearing my throat.
sure. But I don't know about anything outside of that. That's where I'm gonna stop. My
but
question stop.
Do you know that you could work core in a lot of our different classes?
Interesting. Talk about it.
Not just pole,
Mhm.
twerk, Gare.
I'm not about the twerk though.
Gare's not about the twerk. He ain't going out there to be like,
I'm not gonna do it. I am not gonna.
Not
do
with the
it.
shoulders. Not with the shoulders, you're not.
But it is a workout. And our hashtag, if you, I mean, I think there's also a Russian dancer that's using it too, but don't follow her.
Follow us.
But our hashtag is sexiest workout ever. So if you click on the hashtag, hopefully the majority of what you see is us. But you do see people working out. You do see women and some men,
Sure.
Care, that are working their core, their legs. It really is a full body workout. And most people are not aware that it's such a workout. So I like to surprise them.
I know. You know what? I hear that, and I agree with you. Now we've got another surprise.
It's a surprise for my
that's
good old
for our
peeps.
Facebook Live folks. Guess what? We're ending the show right here for you all on Facebook.
See y'all.
Now remember, Facebook Livers, we've got to have you subscribe. So go ahead and head over to sphere.tv/Startup Masters. We've got options for you. We've got an iTunes options. We've got a SoundCloud option. We've got a Google Play Music option. And, of course, we've got a Stitcher option for our techie folks. Now, while you're at any of those locations, make sure you review our show. Get us some constructive criticism. Let us know how we're doing because we want to continue to build a great show for you all. And at the same time, while we're doing that, share this out. Share it with your family, your colleagues, your friends. Share it with your loved ones. Share it with your haters. Share it with your side pieces, whoever you got. Anybody who wants to dance on the pole, share it with them because we've got some great young ladies in here with a great studio, and they've got some different services for you. Now, you like that? You like that? No! That's what I went. What? No? That's wrong?
No, it went a different way. It went left.
It went left with the services?
Dance on the pole.
Dance on pole. What? They dance on pole. I missed it.
Go
I missed it,
ahead.
yes? I mean. Fix it up, yes? Fix it.
Fix it, yes. Fix it.
Well, let me see how I can make this,
Make this
better.
Please do.
I mean, leave it to a woman to fix things.
Hey, I'm with that. Okay.
Just saying.
I'm 3-1. I'm with that.
No, I would, you were on track and then you went left, but just come to our studio. Just that's the best way I can say. Come to our studio. We do more than sensual dance. We do more than full dance. Think of it as a holistic boutique fitness studio that focuses on body positivity,
Empowerment.
in a judgment-free zone.
That's what I like.
Not infringing upon Planet Fitness.
You keep saying that. We're making
They
sure.
need to run you some
I don't
points.
need
Have you received a cease and desist?
I don't need any lawsuits from anybody. But yeah, no. Come to us. We'll take care of you.
I like that. Get it
Nothing
straight.
about
Yes.
side pieces.
No? You don't want to invite them?
No.
I
Everyone's
thought this was-
welcome.
That's what I thought. Legs, no legs. I thought everybody was
But
welcome.
we don't,
It's
they
true,
don't
we
want
do
to be
service everyone.
identified as
Yes.
side pieces.
What do they prefer?
They're just people in our studio.
I like that.
This show was going to have a lot of humor. We said it.
This is where it's at. For Facebook Live, we love y'all. We're out. Go ahead and subscribe because we're going to keep this party rolling. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the inspirational pieces of this. I've heard so much about what y'all have done, and now I'm having a better understanding.
Wait, what have you heard?
No, based on what you've said,
Oh.
right? So I've heard.
I thought there were rumors on the
No,
street.
no rumors. If anybody spread them, it was Planet Fitness. They may have spread them.
I'm going to say some infringement.
We're going to roll with that joke for the rest of the show. Planet Fitness. But what I want to know is where does the inspiration come from for you all to continue to push forward each and every day?
You know, I remember what it was like for me personally to be a student. And, when I started taking my pole classes, the feeling that I felt, like this empowerment, I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be able to give people that environment and provide that environment to where, people feel, because a lot of the times at your regular gyms, like, when you see someone take off clothes, it's like, oh my gosh, no, she didn't, and here it's just like, if someone's like taking off that shirt and she, you get a lot of the women who are like, my arms are too big. And then finally one day she decides she wants to just wear a sports bra, and it's applauded upon to where she's showing off some skin. And that's the community that I like being able to provide for, our everyday clients.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah, you want to add to that? Like you're thinking about something?
No, I was just reflecting on what you said. That was a really great answer. I don't think I could top it. I guess my inspiration, I get inspiration from everything.
Okay.
So it's really hard. Like I get inspiration from friends, from fellow entrepreneurs, but I'm really inspired to keep doing what I do by the students. The women that come in and have the evolution, they come in and maybe, like Jackie said, they are self-conscious about a body part. And then after a while, they, have suffered through my bad jokes and they feel better about themselves and they're showing more skin and they're feeling really confident. They make better choices for themselves. I actually kind of feel like, when you have a woman that's more empowered or confident, she makes better choices. She becomes a better girlfriend, a better mom, a better sister, a better friend, and it just trickles down and she's a better employee or boss. So it just keeps going. So that inspires me. Like I can't stop. And then there's, to get on a little more, I guess, otherworldly level, I feel called to do this. Like I feel like I wake up every morning knowing that this is exactly what I'm supposed to do.
That's an amazing feeling, right?
It's so amazing.
And I feel there's so many of our viewers who are going to watch this and they're thinking, I know I'm supposed to be doing X. I know that this problem that I'm going to solve is going to change the way consumers' behavior is, or whatever the case might be. And I want to tie that into something we really haven't discussed yet. And I think this is the perfect time to talk about cash flow.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm tying those two together is because you guys have an incredible story where you talked about how you literally almost overnight went from students to the studio you were at closed down, and then now you're business owners, excuse me, and you had to renovate a bathroom and you had to write these big paychecks and now you have to pay rent. So for our viewers who are listening who have that dream, they're sitting on their couch right now thinking, okay, I don't have the money to like turn like that. What advice can you guys give them if you don't mind sharing your journey into turning on a dime so quickly?
That's a heavy question.
Yeah.
My advice is keep working at what you want. Because like I told Jackie, the opportunity will present itself. If you've already put it out into the universe, it's going to happen. I kind of feel like when you have an intention or you have a desire and you put it out there in the universe conspires to give it to you. And somehow, some way, there will be a way. Like, we literally withdrew money from our own savings accounts. And we're like, okay, let's do it. But if you don't have the savings account, don't worry about it. Because there will, if there's a will, there is a way. So I would not fret about like, oh, I don't have $30,000 to open this storefront. Don't worry about it. It'll happen. Like you'll be pushed into a store and you'll start working. You'll learn the business, and that'll be knowledge that you can use later. Don't worry about it. Just have the intention and work towards it.
And some of working towards that, some of those dollars that were saved, I would assume some of those things went into advertising. We talked about the flyers and things earlier. And this particular portion of our show is sponsored by The Sphere. So, are you starting your business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
These ladies.
No. I mean, just sincerely on point. One of the things that that I'm now understanding as you all continue to talk is the passion, right? What I'm understanding is Revolve is about enrichment, empowerment, is about sewing back into self, becoming confident, which then, if you extrapolate that, it affects every other part of your life,
Oh, totally.
right? So what is that X factor about you ladies, about Revolve, that really sets you apart from everything else?
There's 2 levels. I'm glad you asked.
Well, let's go.
I'm glad you asked. So our program is different than a lot of the other programs in the city, and I don't know every program intimately, but from my understanding is that a lot of the other studios, it's kind of get in where you fit in, whereas we kind of have a more nurturing, I guess, program is the best way to say it, where you spend 8 weeks with the same women or men, the same instructor. You start to build the rapport, and then it blossoms into kind of a lifestyle for a said student, I guess. I almost said you, but you would not. And then, like, so our program is different in that way, in that it gives you time to blossom, where a lot of other studios, I don't think they have that. And then the other side of it is our studio does a really good job of creating a scene that kind of allows you to kind of let go of inhibitions. And if you guys ever come,
Date night, November 19th. 18th.
We have, so we try to keep it a very
sensual vibe.
space.
Okay.
So the lights dim, the walls are red,
The floors are black. They're sexy.
The chairs are dark, the furniture is dark. So we try to keep it a very sensual space. And we've learned that once the lights go down
And the music goes up.
usually people become a little more comfortable. Like they get instantly comfortable as opposed to dancing in a brighter room. They're more willing to try things because they don't think people can see them. But for safety reason, just so everyone knows, the instructor sees everything. Yeah, so our studio is different in that aspect because we do try to keep it a sensual space because we've discovered that, you know, people usually let down their guards when the room is darker and the room smells nice and there's candles burning and that fun stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
You guys are planning a lot. You planning date night. It sounds like there's a lot of work that goes into it. But what are you planning to revolve your inner self to protect your creative space so that you can have the energy to be recharged so that you can continue to move forward and expand Revolve Pole Studio to Revolve Pole Studios.
And beyond Pole Studios.
Yeah.
So we're going to be in your face in so many different levels.
So what's your self-care regimen?
My self-care, it varies. Depends on time. I love comedy. So I try to go to a comedy show pretty regularly. I try to go to improv. The more I laugh, the better I feel. But I do like other kind of fitness classes. I do go to the gym just to keep my body kind of from breaking down. But yeah, I like to read a lot. So I'm kind of a bibliophile. But I read, I do comedy, concerts, live music is good. It kind of recharges my soul. And then this is kind of, I mean, it's not really embarrassing, but I love Seinfeld and Cosby Show, and I can watch those on marathon like all day long. Like, just, if I don't answer the phone, it's probably I'm on episode 8,000 of Seinfeld or something.
What about you?
Well, I also go to the gym. So gym for me is more like cross training. So it definitely keeps my body well conditioned to teach. I do a lot of yoga. That for me is like mind, body, soul connection. In addition to that, they've got some of the teachers there are very good at basically breaking down the anatomy and what goes on in the body. So that's also, it helps me kind of bring back stuff to my teaching. For balance, I have family days now, so I always hang out with my sister and my nieces, and so that has kind of given me a lot more of a refreshed mindset every time I walk into the studio. So Yeah.
I love it.
And would you say that whether it's comedy, whether it's working out to keep the body right, spending time with family, does that keep you all in your flow or in that zone? KG likes to call it the juju. Does it keep the juices
Get that juju
flowing
going.
so you can have these processes? I'm sure there are things that you all do every day with every class, every 8-week session that you have on Rinse and Repeat. Can you talk a little bit about that, those processes that you all are following methodically to make sure business runs efficiently?
Like, I will say that was the one thing that I kind of learned late in the game, because when we first started, it was all about the business, you know. So, okay, I'm going to wake up, go there, and then come back home late at night. And I wasn't paying attention to what was going on outside of the business.
Yeah.
And so somewhere around year 3, it was like that connection on like, wait, where are my friends? You know, I mean, like the friends that not necessarily have anything to do with pole dancing.
What year was that?
Year 3, that's when I picked that up, and I was like, you know, something's missing. And so when I started incorporating like friends like my old friends outside of this, that's when I started feeling a shift in, you know, my mental space. I'm like, you know, I kind of need a day that has nothing to do with pole dancing. So that's a tip I would definitely tell business owners, is that like you kind of need that time outside of that boundary to kind of bring you back refreshed every single day.
Sure.
My process that I have on Rinse and Repeat to help me get through business, business things, oddly enough, is the Pomodoro Timer. I don't know.
Interesting.
Do you know the Pomodoro Timer?
I do not.
No.
But I will Google
no clue,
that
but
real quick.
Well, go ahead and give us the Cliff Notes
It didn't work for me.
Of what the because the question was processes on Rinse and Repeat. So, like when I'm doing reports or the calendar or anything that's studio related, newsletter, those are all time consuming, and they need your attention. Because if you're not paying attention, you'll send a lorem ipsum email to people, and you're like, oh, that wasn't supposed to be there. So Pomodoro Timer, it's a method that I learned about from another studio owner. And basically, you set the timer. You can get an app or on your computer, whatever you want, website. If you do a website, Marinara Timer. But basically, the method is you work straight. You block out all of the distractions for 25 minutes. You work straight. The timer goes off. There's a ding or whatever you choose. And then you have a 2-minute break. During that time, you do whatever you want for 2 minutes. You know, stretch, use the restroom, get a drink. And then you have another 25 minutes, and it just goes over and over and over again. And those days that I have the Pomodoro Timer are like my most productive days, because I get so much done because I have no distractions for 25 minutes at least. And I can power through newsletters and reports and calendars and all that. So that's my Rinse and Repeat. Is if there were no Pomodoro Timer, I don't know if I would make it.
Pomodoro. That's how you pronounce it?
Pomodoro, like the
Pomodoro.
sauce.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Italian tomato sauce.
I love it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
You got a timer.
Okay.
A saucy timer.
25 minutes.
25 to
There it is on the
20.
screen
There you
for
go,
those that
yeah.
are watching right
Yeah.
Picked it up.
now. Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
Well,
that's
look
new
at
for the table. We hadn't had
Go
that
ahead
gem
and
at the
put-
table.
Let me go ahead and put it in my phone now.
Yeah,
man.
they've got lots of apps. MarinaraTimer.com.
Oh.
You can choose the alert. It could be like a cowbell if you're into more cowbell. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah,
No.
that's my Rinse and Repeat. Is and then I have lists. Like I love a good
You mean
list.
like a checklist
A
or what kind of
checklist.
list? Okay.
A checklist.
You
and
like
I
to check
love,
it off too, I can tell.
Man,
You get satisfaction
Give me a checklist.
That's your
and a
jam.
spreadsheet. Oh my god, I love a spreadsheet. But yeah, like I have certain days that I do certain things, and you know, like certain times of the month that I do certain things. So it really helps with the Marinara Timer or Pomodoro Timer. Is super helpful. Super helpful.
I like that.
Those are my processes.
That's
Rinse
a
and
gem.
repeat. Find a thing, stick with it, keep going.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, one of the things that coincides with everything that you talked about was we talked about cash flow a little bit earlier, and for our viewers, what's really important for them is to realize, like you said, that it's not about, I'm going back to our previous conversation. If you're on the couch right now, it's not necessarily about if you can make it happen right now, but the universe will conspire for what you need. I love that. And what I think the universe is conspiring about right now is that you guys need to pay attention because this portion of the show is sponsored by the Houston Housewives of Finance.
Look at you.
Oh, man. Did you know, Gare, that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough in savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today, like right now, at 1-844-700-4463, or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services, and we know this to be true.
We do.
Because they take care of our finances.
Exactly.
And
Got
my
it
mother-in-law and my wife, like everybody.
Got it popping.
Yep.
So, on this journey, right? You ladies have on this journey, right? On this journey, my mind has been. I'm on a whole new level. Shout out to Ferg. I'm new level. That's
Come
what
on,
I'm
new
on
level.
right now. Future. We talked a little bit about it. We took the word studio and made it plural early. I heard that. Talk about that 5, 10, 20-year plan as we look towards forward and beyond with Revolve Pole Studios.
We might have slightly different visions overall, but I just want to be everywhere. Like I want to be in your face. Publications, clothing line, multiple studios, not just
Talk
pole
about it.
studios, but like other gyms, other spaces, because empowerment, body positivity, and just all the good juju. It just
Come on,
doesn't-
Juju.
Juju.
I'm not going to infringe on you.
Thank you.
There's no
Don't
infringement
sue
there.
me. Don't sue me. Yeah, like all that good stuff. It's not just confined to the walls of a pole studio. Like and there's a need for it. People need it. And not just women, but men, Gare. So like I think it's something that we can do. We can touch so many more lives in all kinds of different spaces. So I'm going to be everywhere.
I like that.
I didn't know if I told you that.
You just found out, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline
Jacqueline just found out. I'm like,
We
we
didn't
know what's
talk
going
about
on. Come to
this.
Startup Masters.
Exactly.
We'll spill the tea. Oprah moved to the side.
Because when I
Right.
heard that, I thought about how Les Mills and other people have their
At 24.
classes at 24.
Yeah.
Why can't Revolve have a class at a 24 where they bring in a pole and they are instructing and empowering women and men in that class? Why not?
I saw it. I
mean,
saw
Crunch
shakes.
Gym does
I
it.
saw bottles.
Talk about it.
So I'm just saying, Crunch Gym does it. So there's no reason
Yeah.
that we could be a gym. I mean, we don't have to be in a gym. We are the gym.
Exactly.
That's your
what I'm
tagline.
saying.
I mean,
That's your tagline
it is
right
my
there.
tagline.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hashtag we are the gym.
We don't have to be in the gym. That was good because it made the concept that sometimes people feel like you got to go to the gym to be able to get all the things you just rattled off, and you really don't.
You
Correct.
don't. You actually don't. Now, if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, you probably should be at the gym because there are things we can't provide you. But yeah, no, like that's the 20-year plan. I'll be 57. I plan to still be on the pole, more for fun. But yeah, I will still be on the pole at 57 in 20 years. But yeah, I plan on being everywhere. Like you're just gonna see. You're not gonna know it's me, but it's gonna be me.
I love
I mean,
that.
that's nice and creepy sounding.
No, that's
But it's
no.
gonna be me. Like it's
I like that.
It's
That's dope.
inspiring.
Is that
Yeah.
an NSYNC song? It's gonna be.
It might be.
It's
It-
gonna
it
be
is.
me.
I love my boy bands.
We clearly get it. That's right. You said you like live concerts, so.
I mean, I never
She's
saw
gonna give you one.
NSYNC. My parents were never gonna buy me those tickets.
Oh.
So, looking at that, right? That forward plan. You know where I'm going, KG.
Hit it.
You know what I'm about to do.
Hit it.
Looking at that future, that 5, 10, 20-year roadmap, what happens when we rewind the tape? What happens when all the paychecks that have been paid that ink disappears? What happens when all the renovations that have happened in the bathroom, all that goes away? What happens when all those clients that have sat through these 8-week periods and sessions with their instructor, all the release that they've had, all the joy and passion of coming to class, with the black floors and the red walls, the low dim lights and the good smelling candles, all of those things are gone away. And you're left with the memory you're back at square one. And we slide you just a little seed, buddy. What would you do today to rebuild Revolve Pose Studio in the way that you did not do it the first time around?
Oh, good question.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm like,
This
and
is a
go.
great time for a commercial break. About it. I guess for me, I would spend a little bit more time on operations development.
Yeah.
I would set up systems. We didn't have time. For
Yeah,
this.
'cause we had, like,
hit the
2 weeks.
ground and we ran.
Yeah. I mean,
and we haven't
creating
stopped. So-
creating the employee manual and stuff like that, all your rules and regulations, we kind of didn't have that, so we went with the flow with a lot of it for a little while. He's like, well, this is what it was like before.
So
And I'm
you had
like,
to fire somebody.
yeah. Because, you can't do that stuff. And I learned that my common sense is not exactly your common sense.
Common sense is not common.
It's not.
So, putting it into writing, and perhaps that's something I would kind of, if we had the time, if someone had told me, spend time developing that stuff before the ball gets rolling, because once it starts rolling, it is hard to really catch up.
Yeah, definitely not necessarily just the manual, but just all systems. All systems just to operate this damn thing. Can we say damn?
You did.
Okay.
There it is.
Right.
We're live.
Oops. Okay.
No, it's fine.
Are you gonna get shut down by the FCC?
No, we're good. And it's such a testament to what you all have been through when you can reflect back, and you truly understand, okay, these were those learning opportunities, right? I spent all this time building this relationship currency with the individuals that we employ, but things don't go the way that they should. And I've got to pivot in some form of fashion. And now I know I should have did this on the front side, so that everything else along my journey would have been a little bit easier. That's a gem right there.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real talk. Oh, man, that's real talk. Yasmeen and Jacqueline, Revolve Pose Studio. Ladies, this has been a true pleasure. Notice I keep saying studios, because I'm just going to put it out
It's in
there.
the universe.
That
It's in the
works.
universe.
Put it in the atmosphere,
It's in the
'cause I need to
universe.
see y'all everywhere. In closing, any last remarks, anything you want to give our listeners, our viewers, to really set them on that true mission, that true passion of succeeding like you all have?
Another heavy question.
She answers them better.
You go first while I'm thinking of my gem.
Gosh, I don't know.
People are watching us.
I know.
They are.
I like watching the
pressure.
wheels turn. and
No
everything
pressure
like
at
that.
all.
No pressure, but they're watching you think right now.
No, I'm not sure. Last.
You guys
Something that-
mentioned some systems. Any particular systems that you would have, like MailChimp or Constant Contact or merchant services for your currency?
For anyone that's, if you're specifically looking at a studio, a dance studio, or any kind of passion business, because there's a lot more passion businesses. At the end of the day, remember, it's a business. So there's money, there's people, contracts. There's a legal side, there's a financial side. So passion will get you in the door, but you really do have to have a down-to-earth, realistic, and holistic view that it's a business. That would be my advice to anybody, is that treat it like a business, which means the reports, the employee manual, the replying to emails, of answering the phone calls. You can't just treat it like, well, today I'm dancing, so I feel good about it. And but that would be my advice to anybody anywhere. It's a business, so treat it as such.
I love it. Treat it like a business. Respect it.
You better
Yes.
run it like you own it.
Yeah.
Or you won't.
Or you won't.
Ladies, here at this table, we would like to officially coin you all Startup Masters. Thank you so much for joining us. We definitely appreciate it. Please let people know where they can reach you all, social media, website. Give them all your information.
Social media, Revolve Pole Studio on Facebook, Revolve Pole on Instagram. I think we're on Twitter, Revolve
Yes.
Pole on Twitter. It's usually just me retweeting things.
Phone number 832-707-2509. That's usually me answering the phone.
And then an email, info@revolvepole.com, and our website, revolvepole.com. I mean, there's a lot of Revolve Pole. If you Google us, I mean,
You're there.
find us.
YouTube, that's there too.
You're
Hey,
there.
that's our Instagram.
There you go.
It was pretty funny. Look at all those likes.
There you go.
Hey.
Couples
on,
lap
couples lap
dance.
Yes. All kinds of fun stuff. Yeah. Find us on social media. Follow us. Love us. We love you back.
There it is. KG, where can the good people find you at, my dear?
Good people, you can catch me on LinkedIn. You can catch me on the gram as well as the book. Facebook, for those of you that ain't really that hip with it, at KOG Speaks. That's KOG Speaks. Holler at me, follow at me. Like I want to follow back. Let's do this thing together. What about you, G?
There it is. Of course, you can find me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity Chatting at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. If you got any questions about anything that we do here on the show, shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or across all social media @thesphere.tv. #Startup Masters. This has been another great and informative, eye-opening episode. We will see you all next time. Take care.
Peace.